And the movie reflects that. This contains all of what's great about Blue Beetle.
We back.
In my opinion.
Of course.
Of
course.
And that's only gonna
Injustice is what takes me down from showing an entire clip.
The Scarab is one of the most powerful piece of technology in the universe.
Of course, it's a clip from Injustice that ruined it for me.
And landed in front of Jaime Reyes.
The thing that I've loved the most about comic book series is that you see different versions of suits. Like you see like the metal version, and you see the flying suit version, and this and that. And I'm just so excited with each, you know, superhero movie. You have to one up each other. So I know for a fact that any of the other superheroes out there who think they have the
It was the clip from Suicide Squad.
I'm calling you out for a rap battle.
Sorry, it was a clip from Injustice. That's what happened.
And I haven't even seen it. That's how confident I am.
What I love about Blue Beetle, it's a deeply American character, right? And what I really like about Jaime is that he gets to be a reflection of somebody who's been
No
around
Batman
this forever,
trailer yet,
right?
no.
A Mexican-American kid who wants to be a part of this world, who wants to have a piece of this world, who wants to be able to thrive in this world. And like a lot of people like him, finds himself hitting the same obstacles that a lot of us face.
Seeing the evolution of the Blue Beetle character, this film kind of like opens the door for a new...
Yeah, it's fitting as Lois's heart ended. Not only was
like you said, it is
Metropolis blown up, but
the
the stream also was blown up.
One of the things that Garrett did beautifully was capture the Latino family in its core as how we see them, not as how somebody tells us or how somebody has seen it from a third-person perspective. And for once, we're able to see a hero that comes from a family from a similar economic background to the ones that we came up, and stands for and that represents the majority of the people who are the ones that are coming from the bottom.
That closeness of family is something that makes Jaime different than other characters that I had seen before, and that potential to me was beautiful. Peter Parker gets bit by a spider.
Blue Beetle movie.
And one of his first instincts is to hide it from his family. Well, you're from a Mexican family, good luck hiding anything from anybody.
I'm so excited to be able to not only be a Latino on screen, but have the opportunity to show kids like, you can do it too. I'm ready. We're gonna shake things up. We're gonna bring you guys a story that you guys haven't seen before, and do it with a smile on your face. So we're ready.
I'm very happy to work with this guy. I love this guy.
Did they say where?
So everybody, welcome to
on
the family.
HBO Max or?
And thank you for welcoming us to the family. DC,
it's gonna be great.
Thank you so much.
Smallville premiered exactly 20 years ago today, which is just
crazy. That's the cast.
To mark the occasion, let's take a look at some of the show's most memorable moments.
Previously on Smallville.
I was just gonna say, with Injustice, I think it was really interesting. Instead of like the Joker just blowing up Metropolis, I liked the fact that he had Superman kill her. I thought that was really interesting.
Your real parents weren't exactly from around here.
What do you mean?
You are the last son of Krypton.
Who are you?
Lois Lane.
What kind of a monster are you?
You were right about.
Thank you, Lincoln. I appreciate that. You just have to.
The story.
You can add me. I don't type anyone's names.
I just don't want it to go away.
I have to do that so many times.
Going anywhere.
We have been down a long road together, Kal-El. One paved with difficult trials. Those trials are behind you now.
Trust me, Smallville. We can make this work. Oh boy, can't we?
See you, Bryce. I will say, if they announced that he was returning or something like that, people would probably freak out. But with what
Hold
they
on.
did,
You didn't think that was it, did you? Please welcome Clark Kent, Tom
what they did with the
Welling.
crossover, I don't think they're gonna do
And we've
anything.
got Lex Luthor, Michael Rosenbaum joining us as well.
Real treat.
Yeah,
to
live
figure
action
out
Blue
how to
Beetle.
Sit on this couch to look real comfortable. Oh,
When you guys started the show, did you ever think that 20 years after the premiere, you would be here at a DC event talking about the show?
Michael. know what?
20 years.
Before I did Smallville, I wasn't really on any successful series. They were just sort of 1 season, 2 season. And then I saw the pilot of this. I called my mom and I said, I think I'm finally gonna get noticed in my life.
For a lot of you guys on the show, this was like the first big moment. Did you have kind of those same feelings when you watched it or when you were?
Yeah, I mean, I lacked a great deal of experience at the time.
Well?
No, I did. I mean, and at no point do they say, you're going to be here for 10 years. We just never knew. We were always just sort of grinding and trying to elevate everything we could do, and it was a team effort.
We helped each other out a lot. I remember just being on set with Tom, and either it'd be him telling me or me telling him, he'd go, do it again.
Yeah.
Ask for another.
It became a trust thing for us
Yeah.
because we were together so much, and there were also times where, like, you know, his character talked a lot. Mine didn't.
Not like real life at all.
No, at all. And I remember
I'd never
specifically
watched
there was
it.
a scene in the Luthor Mansion where
There's just no.
you know,
I have
Clark
no
just
interest in it.
appears there. Lex turns and he sees Clark, and he
Hi, Brian.
starts to talk, and he walks over and he pours himself some glass. And he comes back and he's talking to me, and literally
They showed a really long Injustice clip, and I got.
that's all you have to say.
They took
That's your
down
only
the
line?
stream.
And I'm like,
I would be like, I would say these whole things, these soliloquies.
Yeah.
pages of dialogue.
And then all of a sudden, and then he'd go, so? And I'd go, that's all he has? He's got so?
Was there a moment on set for you guys where you were watching him perform and you're like, holy crap, he's Lex Luthor, or yeah, that's Superman?
I mean, you just embodied Clark. I mean, it was fitting that you hadn't done a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
It just was the perfect timing, the perfect storm. He just had
There
that
is a
vulnerability,
Nightwing
that
movie
innate vulnerability
with the
and that
director of
kindness and charm.
Lex obviously was ahead of the game, but saw the potential in Clark.
Lego
and
Batman
saw
movie.
That Clark didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that all sort of worked out.
But
and
again,
one
that's
thing
been in the
remember,
works
it was
since, like,
never about being
2018,
Superman, it was
so-
about not knowing what your future is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a big thing for Lex was, you know, making your future what you want it to be.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a good dynamic.
But her question really was, were you in awe of me when you watched my performance?
No, not that I recall.
Over the years, there have been so many special guests on Smallville. Here are some who wanted to say hello.
Happy 20th anniversary, Smallville.
Happy 20th anniversary, Smallville.
Happy 20th
Oh,
anniversary,
she was on the show?
Smallville.
Hot dog, I can't believe it's been 20 years.
One of my favorite memories working on Smallville was being directed by Tom Welling. Whenever someone asked me who was my favorite director I've ever worked with,
I
I'd
never
say
noticed her eye color.
Superman, obviously.
They let me do so many of the stunts, like running beside on the train and things like that. I got to do everything playing Lionel Luthor, and I had a ball doing it.
Smallville resonated with people because it was.
What do
the
you think is
perfect
the
balance?
the
of
undersheet in the Batcave?
heart
Oh, it's the
and
Batmobile.
drama and extremely high stakes stuff that we associate with superhero stories now.
I mean, you see people who've been touched by this show, and it helps me appreciate it.
And seeing, of course, our boy.
But I don't know why they didn't show it. I don't know.
I know. We love being around it.
If you could change anything about the show, is there a moment that you would go back and be like,
I mean, I always thought that we should have seen a Bruce Wayne. Like, can you imagine Clark barging in to your mansion and, like, you're talking to somebody and you're like, I'd like you to meet Mr. Wayne. And it'd just be like this cool thing. Nobody knows who anybody is.
Awesome.
That would have been great.
By the way, you know, it's kind of cool to think that, you know, the rest of these series like Arrow and Flash and all these things, it was kind of like it started with Smallville.
Well, I think you and I have discussed this, that it was, again, a perfect storm in that technology had literally just gotten to the point where the visual effects, the super speed and those visual, they just didn't do that before Smallville. And that's you know.
They couldn't.
It did set a version of a standard. Smallville is still kind of contemporary, still kind of looks cool. I mean,
Does
in
it?
Kansas, there's pine trees
Does
everywhere,
it
but
look
you overlook that.
I didn't even notice that. Now I'm gonna for sure.
And by the way, what the hell was with Lex Luthor's security? He would walk in. He would just show up and I go, Clark. Now my reaction really wanted to be, did you knock?
It's true.
Hey, where's my security here?
Serious question with the finale. What was that like? For
Yeah,
you guys?
I don't
It's
think
like,
there's
okay,
Injustice
we're
3.
gonna-
I don't
some
think
people that we
that
haven't
was
seen
it.
For a
I'm
little bit
pretty
are gonna
sure.
get to come back. We're all gonna reconnect here on the show.
A lot of people think
Lego
I quit
Batman
the
2 did
show,
get canceled.
And I didn't quit. My contract was for 6 years, and I ended up doing 7 years. When the
All right,
finale came,
Brickman.
the series finale, I called the writers a week before, like a week and a half before, and said, I wanted to be with everybody at the end.
Yeah.
And so I showed up after not having seen Tom for like 3 years, and it was a bit emotional.
Very emotional for him.
Yes, and the first take.
Wait,
remember the
he
first take,
left?
big crane
Oh
shot?
yeah. Clark comes in and the mansion's destroyed, and there's this big crane shot, big swooping crane shot, and it comes in and goes past Clark. Lex comes in. Here's Michael. Camera comes in with close up. He goes, "What's my line?
What's the line?
What's the line again?"
Oh.
I was like, "Welcome back."
Welcome back.
We are almost out of time, but before we go, let's hear some messages from some more familiar faces.
It's not every day that a series can celebrate like this, and I am honored to have been part of this iconic story.
Happy 20 years, Smallville.
Happy 20th anniversary, Smallville.
Happy 20th anniversary, Smallville. 20th? No.
It was my first real big job. It also was welcoming me into an entire universe, a world that was
There's
so
one guy
rich
who's
and so loved already.
only
It was
here for
really a
Batman
privilege.
Fortnite.
I
I know
remember
it. It's
arriving
me.
on set and seeing Tom, and it struck me immediately. I'm like, my God, it's Clark Kent.
We tackled some pretty serious subject matter, and then you would sort of, when they called cut, everyone's laughing and joking, and Oliver and Lex are laughing on the floor, you know, cracking each other up. It was a really, really great set.
I am so thrilled that I got to be a part of such an iconic series, and I just wanted to celebrate with you guys. So happy 20th, Smallville. Cast and crew, thank you for having me be a part of your journey, and I'm sending everyone so much love.
Awesome. Cassie Freeman, I remember she called me. She's probably got to be a little nervous going on to this show that's been on for years, and I just talked about how great everybody was and how comfortable she'll be.
Such a mild-mannered person, but
Yeah.
when the camera rolled, she was a force.
Yeah.
There was a scene where she had to like turn on that Luther blood in a sense, and I was like, "Oh, this girl's gonna be all right." Like she's got it.
And it was fun. It was fun killing.
I'm
her.
gonna get emails all day for that one stream
Now,
of
someone that
there
I
was
know
a
we're
copyright
missing
claim.
is Lana Lang, Kristen Crook. She wanted to be here with us, but she couldn't today, so she sent a very special message.
Happy 20th anniversary, Smallville. I haven't worked on this show for 12 years now. And you
12, so they went on
both
for
and
8.
everyone were a huge part of my early adult years.
Sam Witwer in Clone
When it
Wars
came out,
is Darth
you
Maul
know, it
and
was right after
Palpatine.
9/11. It was a time when people were looking for heroes. On another level, it was a story and is a story, and I think this is why it lasts. It's a story about growing up. It's a story about how you feel alienated.
Oh, he
how you
also
feel
played
other, and that is a
Starkiller. He
universal
was
experience
in
for
The
us.
Force
And
Unleashed.
Clark Kent was
Like
that,
he is
seeing
his
him
apprentice.
grapple
Like
with
it
these
was
things
based
that
off of
become
his
strengths.
like
Give
what
all
he
of us
actually
the
looks like.
aspirational hope that those things that are weird and we can't control and seem like they make us
Yeah,
different
I have
from
watched
us are
Gotham.
actually the
Yeah,
things
Gotham
that
is
are
really good.
special
I really
about us, and
recommend
I
it.
think that will resonate always.
Congratulations on the 20th anniversary of Smallville. That brings
We don't
us
need
to
him
the
to
end
be
of our
Maul live
celebration.
action.
I wanna
We need him
thank
to do the
you
voice,
all for
but
being here watching us and taking this trip with us down
I
memory
forget the
lane.
guy's
And thank
name.
you guys so much for being here
Ray
and
Park.
chatting.
Thank you. See you soon.
He's always open to playing Maul again.
The greatest thing about a news flash is that it can happen when you least expect
Yeah, I
it.
did know that.
Like now.
Mary Jo.
Continuing from May's Festival of Heroes anthology comic, DC's Monkey Prince will return in February 2022 and a new 12-issue comic book series from writer Jean Lun Yang and artist Bernard Chang. Based on the 16th century Chinese novel Journey to the West, DC's newest shape-shifting superhero, the Monkey Prince, aka Marcus Sun,
Wait.
will return to headline his own series. For
Wait.
fans that can't wait for February
So it's just
2022,
Monkey Kid.
To read
Monkey-
more about DC's
huh.
Monkey Prince, a new short story just posted to DCUniverse.com. In this new tale available now, you'll see the classic Journey to the West characters defending
Huh.
the heavenly realm against Darkseid and his parademons.
What was first? Black Adam. Aquaman 2. The Flash. It literally looked like Monkey Kid.
How's everyone doing out there? I am so
Batwoman.
glad to be back with you all at DC Fandom. What an amazing celebration of everything DC. Look, last year I had just been cast, so I have a very special connection with DC Fandom. It was their first year, it was my first year, so
For some
let's do
people,
this.
Spartan, I would
Okay, now,
agree.
you know
Yeah.
you can't have DC without GC, Gotham City. It's dark, gritty, it's riddled with crime and corruption. But that's why we all love it.
Has
right?
anyone ever
Gotham
referred
is
to
home
it
to
like
some
that?
really amazing
GC?
characters
I guess
beyond Batman.
GCPD, but
Everyone
like
can't
just
wait to get into my
GC.
costume for
Yo,
another
GC. I'm
season
from
of
GC.
Batwoman. All the Gotham content you can handle is coming your way right now. First up, an action RPG based on some of the most beloved members of the Bat family. Maybe you've heard of Gotham Knights? Let's play.
Batman, Jim Gordon, they thought they had a handle on this city.
Who's talking?
They never did. You don't stand a chance. Because they're always watching, always listening, pulling everybody's strings. Mine, yours. But no one talks about them. Not a whisper word is said.
The Court of Owls is a myth.
They're listening.
That's creepy. Oh, whoever that was just died. Why is... Who is that in the chair?
If you really want to go down this rabbit hole, you need to know
Hey.
there's no coming back from it.
That looks good. Alright, gameplay please.
One of the joys of writing comics is the hope that
You're
someone
right,
will
Michael.
take that
I'm so
story
jealous.
and make it something their own. And I think the folks at Warner Brothers have done a tremendous job translating and evolving the Court of Owls into the game.
The fans, they cosplay as these characters, they're hungry for more. And so here you are getting to play out that conflict in a game itself.
I remember taking this walk around New York City, my old neighborhood. Nothing I knew was there anymore. All of the people I had known had moved away. All of the stores.
True
were gone.
alteration,
The
yeah.
feeling was so unsettling, and I wanted to craft a story that would make Bruce Wayne feel the way I felt.
The first time I read that story, I was just blown away because they were creating this really rich secret history of Gotham City, very plausible, believable, that was in direct opposition to Batman.
I think probably
A lot of people hate New 52,
the
but
Court of Owls originates from
very
nature
big
just by
thing.
the real fact that the owl is a natural predator to the bat.
What an owl does a lot of the time is it hunts you and it stalks you without you seeing it, and the fun of the way that the court goes after Bruce is to watch him from afar for years.
Because it's been something that's been in Gotham for so long and been so powerful and right beneath Batman's nose, I think that's the root of the success there.
One of the biggest challenges with bringing the Court of Owls from comic books to video games is really the interactive nature of what video games are.
How do you take
That was the
history,
Penguin, Brent,
How do you
yeah.
take this cool imagery and bring it to life in a game that's very satisfying?
We could look at the source material, we could talk to the creators, and we could ask their opinions about that. We could say, which of these elements do you think we can translate?
When I went out there to see what they were doing with the game, I was blown away. I mean, it took what we had done with Court of Owls, but it just elevated it beyond a lot
See,
of the
I'm
orders
loving
that
this.
we had had.
I love the look of it all. But I'm just not sure why they...
There
Why
are
wouldn't they
different
connect
varieties of
this
talents
to
in
the
Gotham Knights.
Arkhamverse?
And as the players begin to understand through gameplay the unique strengths and vulnerabilities of the talent, it will affect how they equip themselves and how they unlock new abilities. So like any good RPG, we're presenting you with a problem, and then we're presenting you with a range of potential solutions, and
I'll
players
probably
will
do a
have an
CMF series
opportunity
for
to
this,
kinda
honestly.
maximize that according to their own style.
The entire team has worked so hard on this and put so much love and dedication into this, and I really hope it comes through and it gives them a really enjoyable experience.
I
Hello,
can't wait
15.
for us to share more information about this game.
But watch out for those
Release
deadly
date?
talons, because they are sharp.
Release date?
Be careful.
Release date that will be inevitably delayed? Honestly, if they're smart, don't give us a release date. I don't want a release date. Good. Just keep the year. That's fine. Don't give us a release date.
Owls looks truly sinister. I can't wait to know more about those mysterious
Yeah, we'll stream the
masked
game.
supervillains
No,
and their
100%.
deadly
Yeah.
creatures. Forget Girls Night Out. I'll be doing Gotham Knights in as soon as I get my hands on that game. So excited. I gotta tell you, being in the Hall of Heroes is a huge honor. Look at this place. This is incredible. I hope you guys
Will
are
you
enjoying
do
the show
premiered
so far.
gameplays for
DC
Guardians of the
is
Galaxy like you
throwing
did
a lot of
for
really
Fallen Order?
amazing content our way, and they're
I
not
don't know
stopping
yet. I
anytime
haven't
soon.
decided. We'll
More
figure
news
out closer
flashes,
to. I
more
might just stream it.
announcements, and more exclusive
I don't know
footage
if
is on
it's
the way.
worth
But
editing.
first, a heartfelt thank you for supporting Batwoman. I've read your letters, I've seen your fan art, and I spend probably too much time
Yeah, I
on
would have
social
flipped it
media
TBNR.
looking at your comments
Yeah,
and
I
feeling the love
agree.
you have for this character.
What about my character?
Oh, hey, girl, hey.
Don't I get any love, you know, behind every superhero?
Is she
Well, you know, Alice
standing in front of her, or is she just
Look,
really
everybody,
that
please
much taller?
Say hello to Rachel Skarsten, who plays Alice on the show.
Hello, DC World. I am so excited to return to my evil ways on the show, and most of all, to get to work with the lovely Javicia again.
Season 2 set up many new mysteries, characters, a new hero, which we'll take a special look at in just a few minutes. And we're going to get into all of it this season.
By the way, I will not be the only villain on the show this season. Did you see the premiere? Mad Hatter, Poison Ivy, and a whole slew of
Mr.
baddies
Freeze,
joining.
Killer Croc.
Makes sense it would take some of Gotham's most notorious villains and a little push from Renee Montoya to get Batwoman and Alice to team up and work together this season.
By the order of the mayor's office, in exchange for your cooperation in these cases, you will be remanded in the...
It's not the worst show. Legends is worse.
Tying my fate to a psychopath? Well, more like handcuffing it, but yes. Any questions?
Yes. Does this kind of wreck my ensemble?
No, they're not allowed
I
to
mean,
swear
I
on the
get
server.
whole bat motif, but this is a 44-story building shortly. There's a more comfortable workspace available.
Good luck with that.
I'm just gonna hang out here.
What the hell are you two doing together anyway? Aren't y'all supposed to be enemies?
Long story. She's working with me.
They're a little short-staffed at City Hall.
If crazy stuff's going down, may as well get the crazy lady's take on it.
We don't really use the C word anymore. Crazy?
What is with?
Alice and Batwoman are working together? No, I'll have to see it to believe it.
Well, Rachel, should we give them a taste of what's to come on
What
season
is?
3 of Batwoman?
That was just weird.
Perhaps a little bit of that never-before-seen stuff would whet their appetite.
I hope so. Here's a look.
Yeah, it's connected to the Flash and Arrow and Legends and Supergirl and Superman and Lois.
Resident expert on predatory behavior. I had some thoughts on how Mr. chooses his prey. I was thinking back to my first kill, for which I chose a geriatric harpy with an oxygen tank. Now, do you know why I did that?
Because you're a killer, Alice.
No.
There's been
Well,
3
yes,
seasons, and they've only
that's
changed
not
it
the
once. But
I chose her because she was easy pickings. See, when a fledgling predator is learning how to stalk its prey, it seeks to separate one from the herd.
So he wouldn't have gone after 2 victims for his first hunt.
Look at you learning to think like a killer.
Which means the pool wasn't this Croc's first attack.
And if it wasn't for all the blood in the deep end...
why aren't you actually showing Croc for
Just
fandom?
like the missing persons I found that were last seen at the East River shore, a mere 2 miles from the pool attack. Welcome to his hunting grounds. Well, I guess I stand corrected. Maybe Alice and Batwoman can work together.
quite the twisted partnership. Rach, I have had so much fun filming with you for season 3.
I know, me too. And I cannot wait for everyone to see how.
Yeah, the crossovers were the peak, I would agree. But there's been some good moments, honestly. Like Hush was really cool.
Bye, Rach. If you like nail biting, what's gonna happen next, plot twisty television, then I'll see you for season 3 of Batwoman. And one of the newest heroes of the cast gets his own DC spotlight right now.
Well, hey, thanks, Javicia. What's
Newest
up, guys?
members
It
of
is
the
very good
cast.
to finally
He's
be
been there
back
since
with
day
y'all
one.
virtually for this year's DC Fandome. It's Cameron Johnson here. I play Luke Fox on Batwoman. So at the end of season 2, I finally became Batwing, DC's flying armored superhero. And playing Batwing has been a ton of fun so far. I mean, like, tell me you saw that dope scene in
The
season 3 premiere when
actress
you and
quit
DC teamed up
after
to film
the
Mad Hatter. If you haven't
season
yet,
1.
it's my bad. But if
So
you
they had
did,
to
then, like,
recast
that's pretty
her.
Dope, right? Come on. So let's take a look at the origins of this character and how we brought him to life on TV for the very first time. Batwing made his first appearance in 2011.
That was the
in
Keaton
DC comic book
Batmobile.
series Batman Incorporated. So before Luke Fox, David Zavimbe, known as the Batman of Africa,
That's true. They did
was introduced in the fifth
Black
issue.
Mask better
By
than
the time David retired,
Harley Quinn
Luke
and the
had proven his value
Fantabulous
to Batman.
Emancipation.
Just FYI, no sidekick actually likes being referred to as a sidekick.
Copy that. My number 2 dude.
Nope, not that yet. Luke may not have superpowers, but he was a skilled fighter, having trained in mixed martial arts and cage fighting.
Nope,
So
that
as the son of
Ruby,
Lucius Fox,
I
Luke
don't
had
think
the
so.
same brilliant engineering mind as his father. His
I
tech-savvy
don't think
Batwing
so.
suit allowed him to accomplish some very impressive stunts, like flying tremendous speeds with a special mechanical glider cape. Now, there
If
are
they're
a few
swearing on the
differences
server, take it
between
up with the
Batwing
mods.
comics
I don't.
and the one I portray on television.
Never seen it happen. And if it does happen, then they get timed out. So, or they get removed. I don't know. Whatever the mods decide.
Luke and
The suit
Taproff
looks
are
good.
friends in the comics
It's just like
before
from the
becoming
comics.
rivals, whereas on Batwoman, Taproff is a full-blown villain from the start. Comic book Luke builds the suit with his dad, but on our show, it's Lucius who actually creates the Batwing suit based off of Luke's childhood drawings. In the season 2 finale,
Nope,
Luke
Shazam
discovers
hasn't
this
happened
years
yet.
after his dad dies. When I was a kid, I drew pictures of how I imagined a black Batman would look. Turns out that my dad was secretly turning those pictures into reality. I can't even describe the feeling of putting on the suit for the first time. The costume designer, Maya Manning, and her incredible team did an amazing job designing it and helping me portray this character the way that I envisioned him on the big screen. It truly is an honor knowing that I'm giving kids like me the opportunity to look up and relate to another black superhero. I mean, it's such a surreal experience, and I can't stop smiling about it when I think about it.
For me,
You know, I'm just
it's the
a random
Flash.
kid from a random town
So far.
in a random state that had big dreams and wanted to make a difference. I looked up to so many superheroes growing up.
I think
and
they
hope that
do
some
have
kid
to
out
announce
there
some
can see
things.
me as Batwing and realize that there's a hero in them too. And one day, we might just need to meet them. Now, as some of you may know, and the true homies have copies sitting on their shelves right now, I also wrote a Batwing story for DC's Batman Urban Legends anthology series. I was given this fun opportunity to choose any villain I wanted for Batwing to take on, except the Joker, and I won't forget that. So I chose to not only go for my second favorite Rogues Gallery villain, the Riddler, I also decided to give him some Killer Croc backup. So my friends and I at DC we had such a fun time playing with both baddies and one action.
They told him he couldn't go against
Two
the Joker.
incredibly fulfilling moments at once, right? Writing my first DC story about Batwing and announcing to the world that I'd be Batwing
That's
on the
pretty
same
cool.
day. Happy Batwing Day. My journey to becoming Batwing had been one that I'll never forget. You know, one that I hope some of you out there can find inspiration from, and one that I would love to continue on together for some time to see just how much fun being the Metal Bat really can be. So all my love to you all. Thanks again for crowning me your newest hero, and I can't wait to show you even more Batwing this season on Batwing.
Young Justice is happening. It would be more. Would we get a trailer for
Welcome
it?
back, DC fans. We are excited to share that the winner of the Round Robin fan bracket, Robins, is available now on DC Universe Infinite. Over 1 million fans voted in the massive winner.
Is this stuff its own show or is
greenlighting
it the
Robins
Batgirl
from
show?
writer Tim Seeley and Baldemar Rivas.
That's
As
a part
all
of
the Robins
Batwoman.
come together to talk about how being a Robin has affected their lives, they are violently interrupted by someone who claims she was the first Robin. The last time fans voted on the fate of a Robin, it went very differently. DC Universe subscribers can read this digital first title now, only on DCUI.
Still to come, Catwoman Hunted, DC's Legends of Tomorrow, and the new Batman trailer debut.
Hello again to all our fellow super fans from all around the globe. Once again, Américo Borgo.
And I'm
Parrot.
Aline Diniz. So far, today's journey through the DC multiverse has been amazing. We saw Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam and Jason Momoa returning as Aquaman.
The DC multiverse means we also doubled down on the Flash, took a trip to Metropolis and Gotham City, and got the exclusive intel on the latest video games.
But there's also Jason Momoa.
You already mentioned him.
No, but once is never enough, eh?
Oh, gosh. Well, anyway, guys, there's still so much ahead, including the Batman. I cannot wait for that. But right now, it's all about Gotham's truly fiendish feline, Catwoman.
Catwoman is clawing her way into a new animated film. For more on this exciting project,
I love
please
the movie.
welcome the actress
I
who
love the
voices
Injustice
title
movie.
role, Elizabeth Gillies.
Catwoman celebrates her 80th anniversary next year.
80
and Warner
years.
Brothers Animation,
Wow.
DC, and Warner Brothers Home Entertainment salute her longevity and popularity with the release of a DC animated movie all her own, Catwoman Hunted. The felonious feline is voiced by moi, and, as you'll see in the trailer, Catwoman sets her sights on stealing the world's most valuable jewel. And as a result, everyone is hot on her tail. Get ready for the world premiere of the Catwoman Hunted trailer.
I assume you're ready for action?
This kitten's always ready for action. Darling, you're even more gorgeous in person.
Wow, that's a good
Multiple
Catwoman
companies
voice.
have warrants out for your arrest.
I'm popular.
This little kitten sauntered into the lair of the wrong big cat.
I thought this was supposed to be a party. My kind of party.
Minerva is built her Leviathan crime syndicate. It's now richer than many countries.
You help us bust Leviathan, your warrants disappear.
Catwoman must die.
I did not sign up for this. Did you
Hard
sign
pass.
up for this? You really have to think about that? Prepare to get your ass kicked. Don't make me fight dirty.
You good?
A cat always.
Yeah, lands on her feet. I've heard the saying. Don't you ever get tired of that catch stick?
Darling, I love your costume. Hold on to that one, love, or I might just steal him away.
That's kind of cute that she had the 1966 outfit there.
Wasn't that just perfect? Catwoman Hunted will be the first DC animated movie to be released by Warner Brothers Home Entertainment in 2022, coming to digital, Blu-ray, and 4K on February 8th. All totaled, fans can expect 5 original DC animated movies in 2022.
Wow.
As well as the spring release of the latest DC Showcase collection, anchored by the all-new animated short, Constantine, House of Mystery, featuring Matt Ryan reprising his role as the Hellblazer.
All right.
Ever wonder what would happen if 2 youthful super teams joined forces to fight the bad guys? You'll find out in spring 2022 in Teen Titans Go and DC Superhero Girls Mayhem in the Multiverse. Brightest Days and Blackest Nights arrive next summer when Green Lantern, Beware My Power, adds to the DC Universe movies canon. And in the fall, the next generation of superheroes takes center stage in Battle of the Super Sons, the first DC Universe movie to be produced in CG. Rounding out the year, the world's greatest detective will look to unmask the holiday killer when Batman, the Long Halloween Deluxe Edition, comes
doesn't
to
count.
stunning 4K Ultra HD.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Aline, we're so spoiled.
That can't
with
be
all of these
5
amazing
movies when
DC
one of them
projects
is.
coming our way.
Ugh.
Now let's talk about the DC show that's about to hit the 100 episode mark.
That's right. DC's Legends of Tomorrow is going to achieve that impressive milestone in season 7, and right now we're gonna celebrate by looking at 100
The only
episodes
thing
in
that is luring me
100
back
seconds.
in
Are you ready? Go.
is
I see you've all decided to come.
Captain Cold returning.
On our way. Shall we?
In the future, my friends may not be heroes. But if we succeed, they will be remembered as legends.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was the bad guy in that first season.
Jax, we gotta go.
I don't want to enjoy this phone.
First, make the plan. Throw away the plan.
The three of us are going to change our past.
Barry
and our
Allen.
future, and the world as
Mick.
you know it.
And that's just the beginning. I just need one more moment.
Hawkman was in the first season. Yep.
Don't worry. The rest of the legends are here. We're busting everybody out.
There's land ahead. All hands on deck.
Then Kid Flash came left. Yep.
Let's do this.
Actually, that Stargirl was first.
Can't do that.
Because it's part of the JSA.
As I was saying, legends.
Whoa. This mission has to be epic.
And I have the perfect plan.
Sarah, no! What's that? Can we kill them now?
Bebo wants cuddles.
Smile, Bebo.
What?
Oh my.
Take us to DEFCON 2.
Is this a drill? Are they lowering the barrier? Wow, that I did not see coming.
Hey, cheese.
You wish.
Yeah, zombies and the Ultron one. Look.
There might not be a normal, but I might be okay.
I told you guys we can't keep the cowboy narrator.
Sorry. Hey, man, we'll drop you off.
Happy trails, legends.
Oh my goodness.
It's true that every generation has their favorite Batmobile. Mine personally is the Dark Knight Trilogy Batmobile from the TDK trilogy. But for the next generation of DC fans, Warner Brothers Animation has been revving up production on their preschool series about some of the coolest DC vehicles.
Of course, led by the one and only Batmobile. But that's not all. Your favorite heroes, iconic villains, and all the citizens of Gotham City are taking on vehicle form in DC's Batwheels.
So it's
you don't have
Cars.
To be to love this show. You just have to be a kid at heart. This is really fun for the whole
It's
family.
Cars
So let's check
Batman.
out this very early preview.
No. Stop. Wait, no, there's a human there. I don't understand.
Big news coming from the world of audio. Our friends at Spotify have completed casting for the upcoming audio series, Batman Unburied. But you don't want to hear the news from us. We'll let Barbara Gordon tell you.
What up, everyone at DC Fandome? It is Gina Rodriguez, and I am so excited to let everyone know that I am going to be a part of Batman Unburied. Whoop whoop! And I get the honor of playing the iconic voice of Barbara Gordon.
I gotta.
I'm so super excited.
Yes.
I'm so excited for you to come on the audio adventure
Yes.
with us, only on Spotify.
Joining the cast alongside Gina will be Sam Witwer
I love
as the
it.
Harvester,
I'm tweeting
Amy
it.
Raver Lampman as Kel, Jessica Marie Garcia as Renee Montoya, and Jem Peary as Arnold
What is
Flass.
this for?
Hey, DC Fandome, it's your boy, Winston Duke. And I am so excited, so honored to be joining the DC family. with Batman Unburied with Spotify and DC, and we have been cooking up something very, very special for you. We've been creating something that's nuanced and beautiful.
What was it called? Was it called
Great
Batwheels?
characters, great voices, and just a beautiful experience. So, in that vein, I am Batman.
Holy smokes, Batman. More news to come from Spotify and the forthcoming Batman Unburied podcast.
That is amazing.
Still to come, Batman Cape Crusader, Harley Quinn, and the first details on the Batgirl film.
We know fans love one-of-a-kind partnerships, so we're here to announce an exclusive collaboration between the Batman and Puma. Here to tell us more about it is none other than football icon, that's soccer to some of you, and our fellow
I'm surprised they
Brazilian
didn't talk
Neymar.
at all about Ben
Now,
Affleck
that
being
is
on
huge
in the
news.
Flash
Fala aí,
movie,
Neymar.
like anything
Bate
at all.
ousadia, bate alegria, hein? Conta mais, o pai tá on mesmo?
Fala galera da DC, tô muito animado pro novo filme do Batman. Sempre fui muito fã desde pequeno. Uma honra muito grande estar participando desse evento. Obrigado por tudo. E tô muito animado com tudo isso. Espero que a franquia do Batman seja longa, que faça muitas mais coisas. Você estaria esperando. Valeu, Puma. Batman.
The Batman Who Laughs skin is going to be
Come
sold
on, be honest. Fans would buy
separately.
anything having to do with DC, especially if Neymar is involved.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But now I want to talk about one of my favorite Gotham City gals, Barbara Gordon, also known as Batgirl. The tech-savvy martial arts badass is getting her very first full-length feature.
Oh, let's
It
go.
was a role that every actress in town wanted, but ultimately it went to Leslie Grace after her stellar breakout performance.
When you
in
buy the
last summer's
comic,
In the Heights.
you get
good
a
in that.
a
And now,
background.
We're all looking forward to seeing Leslie take on
loading
the
screen.
bad guys in a very different version of Gotham City. Let's learn more about Batgirl in this DC Spotlight.
In a different version.
It's your girl Leslie Grace. Hi DC Fandome, and I'm your new Batgirl. I don't know about you guys, but every step of this process, I'm like, I can't believe this is happening.
It's a big honor and privilege to be part of that world. That's really unbelievable. I feel like a kid again.
Honestly, I just feel like the luckiest writer on earth.
We wanted to have a very broad casting. It was very broad in range of ages and races, and what was important for us is was that the best actress for the part would be cast. Eventually, we saw Leslie among. It was a goosebump moment. Yeah, it was really like the whole time. Who is gonna be Barbara Gordon? I mean, there was something that she just. Like that hit a nerve and felt like, okay, we are actually watching Barbara Gordon.
She's a girly girl, but she also is so
I've been
capable
bored
of
maybe
being
twice
strong
today.
and being
Last year was
determined and,
so
kicking
boring.
butt. And she wants to prove herself, but she's also still just so sweet. A lot of times we focus a lot on the male superheroes, but it was really exciting to read for a female superhero that has that grit and is very sincere and almost eager to prove herself.
What's kind of fun about Barbara and Batgirl is that in this story, she's discovering Batgirl for the first time, and so she's getting to explore a duality she's always had in her personality, but it's this whole new side of her personality, a slightly kind of more daring, slightly less law-abiding side of her personality that we get to just have fun and play with.
We asked Leslie to train a lot. We want the fights to be, pretty realistic so that it feels more raw and more real and more relatable.
I'm really excited about the action. I mean, I'm training so hard and we're trying to get as much learned in my body before I get there. So I'm excited about what that's gonna actually look like once we have a suit and once we're on location figuring out those fight sequences. So that's really exciting to me. I'm a fashion girl too, so I'm just dying. I'm looking at that girl behind me, and I'm like, all right, I can see it.
We like that she has a cowl. That we can say. She will have a cowl. So it's not gonna be the design with just the mask on the eyes.
Good.
It was so funny. It was one of the first questions I asked once we were on. I was like, so is she gonna have red hair? Cause I'm so ready.
Affirmative. Of course.
Yeah.
That's Batgirl. It's gonna have everything
There you go.
in the movie, all the emotions. There's gonna be a climax.
It's gonna go crescendo, crescendo, crescendo.
And
You
at
know,
the end-
you're gonna be on the edge of your seat like that.
and at the end,
Can't wait. I'm so ready.
Oh. When though? And who's it gonna be connected to? Nothing, eh?
While the Batgirl film is just about to begin production, we don't have to wait much longer to see how Titans is going to wrap up its season 3.
Standing by right now, we've got one of the cast from TV's Titans with some exciting news and an exclusive look.
I'm sure it'll
into
be
the near
purple,
future.
yeah.
Hey guys, Brenton Thwaites here.
They're gonna
I
announce
play Dick
season
Grayson
4.
And Nightwing in Titans on HBO Max.
HBO.
We're very happy that you guys have been enjoying
Gosh,
season
that
3.
mustache
we love
is
making
horrible.
It, and it's good to know that it's landing on audiences, especially the hardcore, true Nightwing fans, Titans fans. We're
Yeah,
excited
Brickman,
to be
I'm
here
excited.
at the DC Fandome.
That sounds great.
We're going to debut an exclusive clip from season 3 for you to see. And we really hope that finale, packs the punch and kind of lands for you guys. But first, we're going to announce something. We're going to announce something.
The 16 bagel and banana.
Yeah, honey, go. We practiced this. What are we going to announce?
Season 3.
Season 4. We're going to announce. We're announcing season 4. Titans is going to go again. And we are very excited to go back to Canada and continue making this wonderful show. It's been a wild ride. I love making it. Toronto's a wonderful place to work, and this is such great, versatile, diverse content to be able
I didn't know it
to
was
work on
filmed
as an
in
actor.
Toronto.
But it is all thanks to you guys for, watching it and enjoying it and demanding that they make another show, another season. Anyway, we're out. Thank you. See ya.
Season 3.
Okay, Dick, I'm here. What do I do?
Okay, I need you to connect the router to the Wayne Manor mainframe. Slide the security panel cover straight up. It should come right off.
Should have told me about Jason.
I'm just
You
gonna
gone
take
inside if I have?
my headset off because I haven't seen.
Still should have
I fell
told me.
behind.
Okay, got it.
Okay, hold on. You're not done yet.
The Batman, they're gonna end it with the Batman again. I don't understand why people are expecting anything less than them ending on the Batman again.
I'm going in. Tell Gar to cut the red wire and hook it up to the router. The red wire? You never cut the red wire. Cut the red wire. Gar, it's me.
Wait,
Dick
there was
Levin.
concept art for Blue Beetle? Did they show
Cut the
that?
red wire.
What? No, you never cut the red wire.
I know, but that's what he said. What's happening?
We're in. Oh, shit.
I must have blinked.
There's a security question.
Looks great
What's the name
though.
of the one who got away? Joker. Riddler.
Yeah, exactly, Frogger.
Ah.
Yeah. If they
Tim?
showed it, everyone would leave.
I've got one more try at this or I'm locked out.
Oh, you're
First, win the
right.
trial.
Oh, I'm gonna get another strike because it's such a long stream.
S-E-L-I-N-A.
Welcome. Who's Selena Kyle?
It is now our privilege to introduce two larger-than-life characters. Both have amazing fighting skills,
I hope it doesn't.
One has equally impressive biting skills.
Yeah. Please welcome Harley Quinn and King Shark.
Hey.
Oh, hello, ladies, gentlemen, theys, and gays. Fancy meeting you here inside Starro's beehole. Look, we all know why I'm here, okay? To present a little something for season 3 of my show.
We made
It was
it.
announced in like 1972, and here we are in 2021, and like 2 whole generations of animators have been burning the midnight oil on it, and the season is still not finished. And those poor artists died of acute carpal tunnel for nothing.
Sorry to interrupt. Are you still vamping?
Yes. Did you get the season 3 footage from HBO Max?
It is currently being uploaded onto the Fandome server.
And this is only happening now because
the hard drive containing said footage looked like a piece of sushi, and I ate said hard drive.
But it's being uploaded.
It is.
So you passed the hard drive?
The hard drive is wireless, and it is very much still inside me.
Is it high speed?
Oh, my metabolism? Yes, I'm lucky. Oh, look! The producers are telling me it's ready to go.
Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for. A sizzle reel for Harley Quinn, season 3, coming to HBO Max sometime in 2022.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. I've always wanted to say that.
So, what do we do now?
Let the Eat, Bang, Kill tour begin. Come here. Harley and Ivy
This, they're really only here with animation wise.
and tell Ben Affleck I upper deck his fancy soda stream.
I'll bring Harley and Ivy to justice, and then you'll change your tune.
Oh.
Hell,
I am. Hey,
To us, together at last.
Partners in crime in every sense of the word.
Oh, those dresses are cool.
there are so many surprise twists and turns, and I say that as someone who's already lived it.
I will admit that looks pretty great. Gonna be better, after the crayon guy, colors it in, and then the sound effects guy does the pew pew stuff, and the music guy does the bang thing with the guitars. Oh God, animation takes forever.
You're telling me? I'm sure they'll get around doing something cool. The old "Que hombre." Any minute now.
Yeah, don't worry, you look great. Well, there you have it, folks. Enjoy the rest of Fandome, I guess, and please remember all the cool stuff you saw earlier, and not that.
And get ready for more of this soon. That's all I can move right now. Not too shabby.
Okay, we're done here.
What do you think?
Hola a todos mis compañeros
What
fanáticos
is
del
it,
cómic
bro?
de DC. It's me, Gabby Cam, huge super fan of all things DC. And a big thank you, Harley Quinn and King Shark. Now that we know what is happening with all of the other colorful characters in Gotham City, it is time to check in on the man himself. The 1990s award-winning show Batman the Animated Series was the first introduction to this iconic character for many current Batman fans. Fans were excited that original series creator Bruce Timm will be teaming up with James Tucker.
I don't know where to
and two of
watch
the
Titans.
biggest
It's on
names in
HBO Max,
television
but
and
I don't
film,
know.
J.J. Abrams
Yeah.
and Matt Reeves. To reimagine the series for a new generation, let's check in with that dynamic group and see what they have planned
Here
for
we
Batman
go.
Cape Crusader.
I'm J.J. Abrams, executive producer of Batman Cape Crusader.
I'm Bruce Timm, executive producer of Batman Cape Crusader.
Hi, I'm Matt Reeves, executive producer of Batman Caped Crusader.
Hi, I'm James Tucker, and I am a co-producer on Batman Cape Crusader.
Warner Animation asked if we would be interested in working with Bruce on a new animated Batman series.
Oh, the
and
music!
Matt was working on the Batman film, so it just felt like an opportunity to collaborate, not just with
Look at the
Bruce, but with my
font.
best friends, on a project that I knew would be incredibly meaningful to all of us.
One of my elevator pitch versions of this show is that it's more Batman the Animated Series than Batman the Animated Series. It kind of goes back to the original principles of the show that we originally came up with back in the early 90s. There was certain limitations on what we could do in terms of adult content, in terms of violence and adult themes. And my idea is basically to say, okay, it's 1990 again. I get to do what I want to do this time. And I got JJ and Matt backing me up.
In Bruce's world, in this new iteration, it's just Batman right now. There's not, the Justice League doesn't exist. There aren't any other superheroes. It's Batman. You're watching this lone figure swimming through the cesspool of Gotham. It's Batman alone.
He's Batman.
Announce the
whether
cast.
he's wearing the mask or not, he's Batman. And Bruce Wayne is the mask. Bruce Wayne is a phony person. He's a construction that Batman has created to deflect suspicion from his activities.
So he's going to be very low tech initially. You know, as he develops as a character, we'll start introducing those gadgets, and you know, the audience can see how he developed the Batmobile using different prototypes.
Y'all are being
That's
so
part of the fun
toxic.
of this series is we're finding him discovering these things that most other Batman series, they already were there.
It really is an incredibly complex psychological story about someone who, in a way, needs to be redeemed, and that's kind of what at least this first season's about.
We've reconfigured some of the roles some of the characters have. We're starting before Batman has earned their trust and
Yes.
they've earned Batman's trust. So there's nothing assumed. We don't know that Commissioner Gordon will be Batman's ally. The journey of the show is to see how they, you know, eventually grow together and learn to trust or not. You know, nothing is assumed in this series as far as what we're used to seeing in the world of Batman.
What this does is it gives us the opportunity to say, okay, well, the versions of Joker and Catwoman and Penguin, those versions that we did on Batman the Animated Series were really great and iconic. But there's lots of different ways we can take those characters that we hope will be just as iconic and just as powerful.
Bruce pitched the concept of Cape Crusader, and he had the Strange Days short that was done for Batman's 75th anniversary. That was very old school film noir look. It was in black and white. And I think that's what really closed the deal on the pitch, because looking at that, they could see exactly what the show was going to look like. But just so it's clear, the show won't be in black and white unless I can talk Bruce into doing a special episode.
This new iteration is very much born of a noir sensibility.
All I need is Kevin Conroy,
Definitely
Bruce,
heavy on the,
and
German
Mark Hamill.
expressionism / film noir kind of styling, set in a kind of timeless 40s world. If anything, we're probably going to lean into that even more in terms of authentic clothes and hairstyles and hats and vehicles and architecture. The way we deal with the characters is going to be quite a bit more modern in terms of inclusivity.
Look at his background. That is
representation,
insane.
things like that.
Cape Crusader is something that, you know, I feel honored to get to be part of the creative conversations, to get to help and support along with Matt, you know, not just the vision for how they want to do it, but even in using new technologies, the opportunity to take advantage of
No Batman
really
trailer.
techniques that didn't exist back when Bruce was doing the animated series.
It's an honor, and I'm thrilled to be able to work on this. But to be honest with you, the most exciting part is I can't wait to see how it turns out. I can't wait to see all of this come together. I'm
He's
a fan,
so
and
busy.
I just want to see what Bruce does.
GCPD series, this series, finishing the Batman, and then the trilogy that he has to handle. Come on, you gotta show us something.
Still early days, that all sounds amazing. Batman Cape Crusader will air on Cartoon Network and HBO Max. I seriously can't wait for
Oh, it's
this
airing on
either.
Cartoon Network.
There's so much talent behind this series. And speaking of talent, let's take a look at your amazing Gotham-inspired art.
No. Here, okay, it's better than last year because they're not having these panels of like the cast playing Mafia and like just pointless things, like minus the one Static Shock panel at the start. I would like everything else. I completely understand why it's here. Like it deserves to be here. I 100% think it makes
Seeing
sense.
your creations. Don't forget, Jim Lee will be announcing
It's
the
so
winner
much
at the
more
end of the show.
than
So stay tuned
the
to see
Disney
if
event
you
where it's
can
just trailer.
Have you
You
wanted to
You
be
know,
like the Batman?
we've
Then
got
you will want to get your
it's
TikTok
DC
on with those
Fandome. They're gonna
pizza
talk about the
fanatics
comics. They're
at
gonna
Little
talk about the
Caesars who
TV
are
shows. They're gonna
partnering
talk
with
about the
Batman
movies. They're
film
gonna talk
with
about the
airs
video
in
games. I
2022.
completely understand that.
To
At the
get in
Disney
on the
event,
fun,
they're gonna
record
announce
how
the
you
shows. They're
would
gonna
navigate
announce the
your
movies.
everyday
That's
life if
it.
you were the Batman.
And they're gonna
Then
keep
tag your
moving.
video
So
with
this is
hashtag Be Like the
completely
Batman
different.
on TikTok. To learn more, check out at Little Caesars Pizza on TikTok. We won't keep you in the dark. And here's something else to be excited about. A new DC mobile game announcement from Ludia. Looks like the most iconic DC superheroes and supervillains are going to be featured in a puzzle RPG. Mobile gamers, get your
puzzle
fingers ready for
RPGs,
DC
yeah.
heroes and villains.
Nothing for Young Justice. No.
The interesting thing about power is not whether it's used for good or evil. Nor is it that even the greatest power
whose voice
can
is
be
this?
lost in an instant. It's what we choose to do when identities crumble. The line between hero and villain blurs. And extinction draws
Garmadon. Yeah, it's Garmadon. Right.
Enter a crisis where sworn enemies will be forced to unite. The fate of the universe.
That I would never have gotten there.
Hands.
You're right, you're right. I would never have gotten there because it's so...
We have some exciting news for fans of
I don't know,
collectibles.
it's like a
Here to
completely
tell us
different
about it is
world.
legendary
That's
comic book
crazy.
Artist
Yeah.
and founder of McFarlane Toys, Todd McFarlane.
Hey, thanks, Candace, and I hope you're enjoying yourself, and so are all the fans out there today. I'm here to talk to everybody about McFarlane Toys, my company, and DC Direct. We just started a partnership, but basically, I'm going to take all the things that we're good at and continue to do all the things that DC
Ninjago
Direct
X
has been
Batman.
doing. So, here's a couple of things to look forward to. We're going to continue the Batman Black and White series, which is over 100 different statues already. We're going to do the Harley Quinn Red, White, and Black series. We're going to continue doing the DC Designer series. So look forward to all of that. This is just the beginning right now. One of the early statues we want to announce is the Joker Purple Craze from the artist Greg Capullo, who I think is one of the best in the business. It comes from the pages of the Batman Death of the Family that both Greg and writer Scott Snyder popularized. I've been waiting a long time.
I would be
to finally
shocked
get
if
to
they
the
do
Batman
anything
movie,
for
and it's
Lego.
coming. One of the things we're gonna
It would
doing
be
is a
great.
big, tall
It is the
statue
10-year
of Robert
anniversary
Pattinson Batman,
and
it's based
15-year
on the
anniversary for
concepts
Batman,
and the
but
costume
will
and
they
the
do it?
reference that was given to us directly from the producers
Lower
and director,
all
so
of
that
your
we're gonna make it as
expectations.
authentic as possible. Take a look at it. It's
It looks
gonna be
nothing
super
like his
cool for your
face.
collection.
The rest looks great.
The thing I'm looking forward to the most is continuing the Batman Black and White line. It's the longest running statue line that's been out there in collectible history. Number 100 was based on my artwork, so that was kind of cool. This one is based on the artwork by Mike Mignola. This is from the graphic novel Gotham by Gaslight, written by Brian Augustine.
Fortnite hasn't
We've
happened
done a
yet
couple
either.
other Mike Mignolas in the past in that series, and they've been some of the top sellers, so this one is not going to be any exception. Also, big news, we're going to be doing a giveaway on the DC Designer Batman series. This one is going to be based on the comic book Batman Year 2. Artwork by myself, so I know what it's supposed to look like. And on top of it, I'm going to sign that toy for you. So if you want a chance to win that cool big
Is he a
Batman,
comic
head
artist?
over to DCFandome.com for a sneak peek at some of the upcoming collectibles that are coming out, including Dwayne Johnson has Black Adam and a bunch of other cool stuff.
Still to come, Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and the Batman's new trailer debut.
Oh, that's it.
DC
They're
fans
not
were
really
not
advertising
slowing
too
down
much
with
more.
all these announcements and surprises. Now, going into its 4th season, Young Justice is a fan favorite series
Oh, here you go.
focused on the covered up side of the DC universe, taking place on Earth 16. It sees fan favorite characters like Superboy, Miss Martian, Satana,
Todd
Beast
McFarlane. That
Boy,
name sounds so
and
familiar,
more
but that's
as
so
they take on an
interesting that I didn't know
ever-evolving
he was
DC
the
universe.
McFarlane.
And this just in, you can watch the first episode of the new season for free after the show.
Oh, he
on
created Spawn. I didn't realize that was
Hall of Heroes that you may
I didn't
wanna
realize
finish
that was the
watching our
same
show before you
McFarlane
jump over to
Toys.
watch
That's
them
pretty
all.
cool.
Until then, here's a sneak preview of season 4 of Young Justice.
That's actually really cool.
The heroes of Young Justice have grown into leaders. McGann, Connor, and Garfield are on their own. But right now, fighting bad guys is the least of their worries.
At some point, we decide who we want to be.
No one on the team is perfect.
You broke the rules. Makes me want to break some rules too.
And sometimes, being a superhero isn't so
I literally
super
don't
at
remember
all.
much from
There are
season
some
3.
things you just can never prepare for, and some things you can never get over.
What do we do? Pull your energies into me.
The heroes you love always fight for what's right.
Surrender or die.
That was my favorite clipboard. This season, they'll fight for something more.
No more angst! No more meddling! You'll all die today!
And the choices they make.
That was Clarion the Witch Boy, in case anyone was wondering, the one who was teased in the book.
For a minute, I thought I lost you too.
Will alter the DC universe forever. Young Justice Phantoms, now streaming.
What?
I like it.
DC Fandome is the only
What?
place to be for the latest and the greatest DC news and upcoming projects. I am Terry LTAM, and to say I'm thrilled to be here with the best fans in the world is a complete understatement. This is beyond exciting.
Yeah, season 3 and
up next,
4
and
are
first,
R-rated,
the talented
M-rated.
and revolutionary writer, director, and producer Eva DuVernay is officially making her first show at HBO Max. Eva has joined force with writer Roberto Patino
Thanks, Ro.
to bring you DMZ, based on the comic of the same name.
I'm excited
The
for
show
Super
takes place in
Pets,
the
but
future, where America is
yeah.
caught up in the Second Civil War, leaving Manhattan in ruins. The resilience of community and the human spirit is really what stands out in this 4-part limited series starring Rosario Dawson and Benjamin Bratt. Now, over to Eva and Roberto to hear more.
I can still think of a lot of things that they need to show.
Hi, I'm Ava DuVernay.
I'm Roberto Patino.
And we're here today to talk about
Naomi or whatever,
our
that other
hot
CW
new
show.
DC comic adaptation, DMZ.
It's a story about a fractured people that are coming together, where we have a civil war between the Free States of America and the United States of America. And our story takes place 8 years into that DMZ, where the rule of law is basically dictated by the most powerful person at any point in time, and that could change from block to block.
So you have people who are in the city who've basically been abandoned, and the big kind of thrust of the story
They did
is
show the Flash,
an
yep.
outsider comes in, and she turns everything upside down. And that roller coaster ride, that adventure
Yeah,
is one of the
Ahsoka.
things that I love most
Batgirl,
about your
Lego
script,
Batgirl.
and one of the reasons why I had to direct it, had to be involved. Let's talk a little bit about Rosario
I'm more
Dawson
excited for
and
Super
the
Pets
character of
than
Alma.
Batwheels.
Alma was
Yes.
inspired by one of the most fascinating characters in the comic book, and also one of the most underserved characters in the comic book, named Z, who is this fearless medic. I really took the creative guardrails off and dove into the spirit of Z and reinvented her. You know, this show is a bit of an origin story for one of the best characters in the graphic novel. She comes out the other side with a whole new understanding of what her place in this world ought to be.
I mean, the thing is, like,
I feel like they need to announce a movie though, like not just Batgirl. Like I think they need to show something else.
And what power looks like, and who really has the power. This is exemplified through Parko, played by Benjamin Bratt, and Wilson, played by Hoon Lee. And these are two actors, Roberto, they came to
I
play.
clicked the wrong button.
Marco Delgado is this guy who said, you know what, I am the law. I am the power here. And who I am and what I say I am, no one's going to challenge me on that if I say it with enough resolve.
Whatever this is, I
Wilson,
will
on the
say,
other hand,
they're actually
is
showing
about
more than some
the
other things that they
opposite
should have
side of that, where
shown
everybody
for the
gets
other
to make
movies
truly
and
free choices in the DMZ.
TV shows.
They
but-
get to decide who they want to be. And the result of that is this patchwork of gangs and tribes and outfits. And Wilson sees that as a marvel.
Batman
Because
or
that's what the
Batwheels.
DMZ is.
Probably
It
the
is
Batman movie.
set in a world that's
Pretty close,
just
though.
a few moments into the future, and it speculates what would we be if we let the worst of our divisions get to us. I just think it's super cool. It's also important in ways that allow us to consider ourselves now and what we want to be going forward. We're just pleased and proud that it's going to be making its way to HBO Max. And, you know, it's just been a pleasure working with you, my friend. I can't wait to do it again and again.
Indeed, it's been such a pleasure working with you too, and I honestly cannot wait for the world to see DMZ. It's a world I'm thrilled to share with audiences, and especially with the DC fans.
Same here. Well, thank you to DC for having us, and we'll see you on HBO
I don't
Max
agree,
very
Spoos.
soon.
There's more than 30 minutes of content that they've shown in the last 3 hours.
DMZ isn't the only DC project from the brilliant Ava DuVernay. She's also bringing the fans Naomi, inspired by the amazing DC comic of the same
Told
name
ya.
from writers Brian Michael Bendis, David Walker, and artist Jamal Campbell. Naomi stars this incredible actress, Casey Wallfall. Hi, Casey. Great to see you.
Hi, Candace. It's so great to be here.
Everyone is so jazzed for Naomi, and I am loving the diversity that's become the norm in the DC universe. How does it feel to be a part of the DC family?
It's an honor to be a part of the DC family. I
agree,
watched
Spartan.
shows like The Flash and a bunch of other DC TV and
It's very
movies,
sad.
so it's
I
really
wish that it
special to
would
me
happen.
and very full circle for me. And everyone who
Yeah,
I've
you
talked
can watch
to
the
within
tr-
the
I
DC
understand.
universe has been incredibly welcoming, which makes me really happy, and it's been so exciting. I'm really excited for people to see this character that is
Yeah,
so
I
special to
don't
them
know.
within the
She's
comics
so
on
new.
TV.
I don't know why they're
and
picking
since she's
this.
so fairly new to the DC universe, there's a lot of room to
It's
grow
so
within
weird.
the character and within the story, and it's something that we haven't seen yet within the DC
Hey,
universe.
Jolly.
How did you prepare for the role of a teenage superhero?
Preparing for the role of a teenage superhero isn't so hard for me because I started
Jamie,
the
that'd
show
be
when I
cool,
was
yeah.
16. Naomi is 16. I'm 17 now. So our
She's
lives,
17.
they often overlap as I'm reading the scripts. I get to pull from my family and
Dropping
my
out of high school to
friends
play
and
this.
things that I'm going through. And when you're a teenager, it's really crucial when you're figuring out your identity and who you are and what you like
Nope,
and what
Flash
you don't
show's
like,
not over.
which is a lot of what goes through Naomi's head.
I
throughout the story.
think that
It's a
they would have
superhero show,
canceled
but
it
it's also
today.
a coming of age story. When it comes to
Did
the
they
part of
announce
preparing for the
Supergirl ending
superhero
last year? I
part,
think so.
I can't relate to the supernatural
So I
part
feel
of
like
the
they would've
story,
said
but
it
I
today.
can relate to being a good person and doing good deeds, which is a huge part about being a superhero. And I've also read the comics. When I first booked the show,
Yeah, I don't
I got the series of the comics, and
who's
I've also
interested
read
in this
the
show.
Justice Leagues that she's in. And I'm an avid reader, so getting into comics is something
Okay,
that the
Jolie.
show has started me on.
What makes Naomi different from the other female superheroes out there?
Well, as I said before, she's a fairly new superhero, so there's a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
makes
room
sense.
for
They're
growth,
gonna end it
but
with the Batman. Of
honestly,
course they
she's
will.
a young female black teenage superhero, which is really special because that's something that we rarely see a character have their own comics and to have on TV. And I think what also sets her apart is her character and her heart. She's incredibly confident. She loves the people around her. She's incredibly driven, incredibly smart, and isn't afraid to show it. And although there are a lot of Naomis and people like Naomi in real life, those aren't always shown on TV, so I think
I've
it'll
never
be really
heard of her until
special.
this TV
I
show.
also think what makes it different is the unique characters within the setting of the show. And the creatives in the team and the crew and the cast, they make it even more special, so I'm really excited for people to see the show.
Thanks, Casey. Thanks so much for being here. Let's give the fans a little teaser of what's coming their way in this DC News Flash featuring Naomi.
Now, are we ready to begin? What's going on?
Annabelle says there's a stunt happening in the square. Something to do with Superman. I need this for my site. Bathroom break. 10 minutes. I'll be right back.
That's what I'm wondering too, Glenn. Yeah. Huh. So it's in a DC universe. Like, that's pretty cool. Yes, Spartan. Woohoo! Shazam!
Hi everyone, I'm Asher Angel.
Oh, that's cool,
I
Spoos.
can't believe I'm here in the Hall of Heroes celebrating all things DC with you, the greatest fans in the entire multiverse. But I couldn't wait to tell you that we just finished shooting the sequel to probably your favorite DC movie of all time, featuring the only teenager to ever take a subway ride to the Rock of Eternity, Philly's own Billy Batson. The new movie is called Shazam.
You see what I did there? Because in the movie, when he says, anyway, I'm Zachary Levi, and let me tell you something. Our new movie, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, is going to be out of this world. In fact, the fate of Philadelphia and probably, I don't know, actually the entire world is in my hands. But this time, the family and I, we're up against some seriously scary villains. Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu. My real-life alter ego, Asher Angel, and I We had such a great time making this movie with our director, David Sandberg, and the rest of our cast, Jack and Megan and Adam and Ross and Grace and DJ and Ian and Jovan and Faith. There are so many. And like our
It's
new
coming out
members, our
early
great
2023, I
segment. We just
believe,
wanted to take you
so-
behind the scenes to join in the fun during the making of Shazam. Hello, my name is Zachary Levi. I should have a little tag. And I play Shazam. We all established something very special in the first movie. And in Shazam, Fury of the Gods, we expand on that.
Now they have to balance their life with being superheroes.
This is where you hang out with your superhero friends, isn't it?
These goddesses come to our world.
Our incredible new villains, Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren. She's kick-ass as Calypso.
We have mythological creatures.
Minotaurs, harpies, and dragons.
When I talk about upgrades, we got an upgrade, a huge upgrade in the suit. Bigger action sequences, bigger set pieces.
We go from Athens
Wow.
to Philadelphia. We go from the Rock of Eternity and the Library of Eternity to the Realm of the Gods.
Wow.
So we get to go to
Wow.
realms that were never explored in the first film.
We have it all.
Oh, I hope we get a playset of the lair. It looks so fun.
Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Takes the excitement.
Chat, what
and
hairpiece
action
would he use? Robin
to a
hairpiece?
whole new level.
It's going to be more of a spectacle.
This fun all around. You're in store for a treat, y'all.
And then Black Adam has to be in the post-credit. Ah, looks great.
You know, it doesn't matter how many times I yell the word Shazam, I still can't fly. I also never seem to turn into a superhero. Oh well, I'll just keep trying. All right, guys, let's keep the action going. Wonder Woman, who's been having a great year, getting ready
It
to
looks
celebrate
more
her
combed
80th
over to the right
Let's take a look back
than
at a
slicked
few
back.
highlights from her extraordinary story.
That's why I said the Robin hair.
Wonder Woman is one of the original superheroes. She is a universal character.
Shazam is not... I don't think Shazam will be in Black Adam. I think Black Adam will be in Shazam.
Values are built in her. It's all about
I don't know
love
if we're getting
and
sets, no.
compassion and humanity
I hope so.
and peace and
But we won't know for...
It's
Hey,
part of
Lego!
who she
We
is,
finally were
and
featured.
That's what makes her so special. Shall we? She
Dog
believes
trainer hair?
in
Nah,
her
it's not messy.
optimism radiance hope to the world.
She's been around because I think she struck a chord at a certain time and then just kind of evolved throughout the ages.
We all
Yeah,
wore Wonder
the
Woman on
cast
playground.
reunion
And I
was
love that she
for
elicits
Smallville
that in
20th
people and
anniversary.
makes people feel like they could be Wonder Woman.
I mean, Black Adam was already featured technically in Shazam.
We are
It was
so
in the
excited
first
to get to
one.
be here and get to talk about the spirit of Wonder Woman. When I think about myself as a child, learning about the character and watching Linda and how much it meant to me and how much it went on to mean to me over the years, you know, getting to be a part of the passing
Maybe
of the
the new
torch of
Superman
this
hair, my
amazing
hair,
character
yeah.
into the world is incredible.
It was an honor to and an excitement.
That's
for
a
me
good
to
idea,
go to see your
Prod.
movie,
Yeah.
Patty.
Splitting the
I know
characters
what it was
up like
like
your
from the
channels.
inside out, and I know what the legacy.
Where was Black Adam in
meant to me,
Shazam?
and when
They
I
talk
created
about
the
how the
character,
wizard had already given
it
his
wasn't
powers
on
to a
that
champion
comic book
before and
page,
how
her
they didn't
kindness and her
use it
goodness.
properly or
Her
something like
strength
that, or
was a
that they
lasso
turned
of
evil.
truth, and it was defensive things, and that meant something to me because we know what Wonder Woman is. We not just you and me, but the women out there and the women that have come behind us and with us and through us, and I hope that they can see what that is in their own lives. It gives me sort of chills talking about it.
Beautifully said, Linda.
It's so much more than a comic book character. It is an idea and an essence. And as a matter of fact, I wrote a
If they
song for
make
you
Wonder
and
Woman
for
3
Gal and-
rehire Patty
and,
Jenkins.
based on an original lyric that I had started for
did
my
you say
husband,
don't?
but when I did
Don't.
your movie,
I'm pretty sure she's gonna do the
I-
3.
I finished writing this song that comes out in October, actually, called Human and Divine. And it's about the love of Wonder Woman.
And I can't wait for everyone to hear it because it's incredible. And I'm so excited for it to be heard by the world.
Signature smoldering.
Here's the interesting thing. I think that Wonder Woman was controversial at the time that she
Fallon.
came out. To my deep surprise,
no.
she was controversial still when you did it, Linda, because I remember all of the conversation about, were you too beautiful? Were you too kind? Were you too loving? Interesting to me that even when we made the film, it was still controversial.
Oh yeah,
that
she's
she could be
doing
all
the
of those things at once.
Rogue
And that to me is the essence of Wonder Woman. I find ourselves
Squadron
to be in such
movie.
a lucky place in time right now as it relates
Red
to
Squadron?
Wonder Woman, because I actually think she is the most relevant superhero of our times, because at this moment I think values are incredibly important, and the values of being capable of doing more than fight
That's not-
and challenging yourself
No.
to be a superhero of love, compassion, kindness, goodness, patience.
They showed the Flash,
You know,
and
all of
Keaton
these
narrated
things,
it,
and be
most
willing
of it.
to fight, even physically, to
Rogue
stand
Squadron.
up for those things is what matters right now.
It is certainly not my invention or yours, but it feels like I'm a part of something. And that we take on to the next generation of fans. And that is my hope for the future, certainly, and your hope for the future. What you, in Wonder Woman 3, which I can't wait to hear you come out with any.
You can't wait to hear me not talk about.
Can't wait to hear you not.
Talk about when we get to the
Okay, not talk about. Oh my God, not talk about. Oh, but it's coming, everyone. Wonder Woman 3 is coming, and even if I did know, you'd have to kill me to have me talk about it, but I don't.
Thank you. No, we're super excited about Wonder Woman 3, and Gal is who's so bummed not to be here, who's the busiest person in the world with now three little kids and shooting. So she was so bummed not to be able to be here, but we are all three very excited about some exciting things coming up with Wonder Woman 3.
Pretty cool. Who would have thought in my life at this time in my life that this gift would just present itself to me? And
I'd
that's
agree with
so
that.
cool, and that's
Spider-Man
what
being
I'm
the most
hoping for
relevant,
all
yeah,
of the
and
fans of Wonder
relatable,
Woman
and
all of the
I just
fans
don't
to
think
know
Wonder
that
Woman.
your life is full of surprises. And the
I
Wonder
think there's
Woman
things
you
in
is,
Peter that you
alive and
anyone can relate to, of any, age, gender, everything. Like, it's just with Wonder Woman, I don't know, what do I relate to her?
Patty and Linda, and to you, the fans.
I don't agree with that
Wonder Woman
statement.
is all about celebrating the strength and
But
wonder
cool.
in all of
Wonder
us,
Woman 3.
and creating a more respectful and open world. That's why we're so.
That was a
excited
really
to
weak
launch our new
announcement.
content series,
Yeah,
Real
I
Wonder,
would agree
with
with
our
that.
partners at Unilever. Real Wonder is a year-long celebration of Wonder Woman's 80th anniversary. And together with Dove, we're committed to creating and celebrating everyday women who make the world a more beautiful and confident place. We'll share real-world stories by real women who are using their everyday superpowers to help create real wonder and change in their communities. We're looking for women who aspire to ensure that the next generation grows up helping young people raise their self-esteem and realize their full potential. Check out the website
The
below to
Dungeons
nominate someone
Tower
who
looks
embodies
cool.
celebrating the wonder in all of us today.
What do you think
Now,
about the No
let's
Way
take a
Home?
look at a special collection of
Sorry.
fan art that celebrates the icon on her
No Way
80th
Home rumors?
anniversary.
I
Here
don't know
are just
specifically what
some
you
of
mean.
the truly wonderful creations sent in by the fans of the original, the most genuine, the pop culture icon that is Wonder Woman.
Injustice 3 is not going to be announced here. They already talked about Injustice, and I can't see them coming back to do anything for that. She's loving and compassionate in these struggling and hateful times. I'm not disagreeing that, but the most relatable? or the most relevant? I don't agree with that. There, you showed that one.
I am always in awe of your amazing works of art. We asked members of our DC family why Wonder Woman has been such an important icon for 80 years and what wonder means to them. Let's take a look.
So Catwoman and Batwoman came out the same year then.
I think it's about time that we realize that women actually are half of the human race and can be as strong and as exciting and interesting and complex as male characters.
A character like Wonder Woman at the time, she was an incredibly, important, unheard of, groundbreaking character that I think has meant so much to so many.
Look! It's Wonder Woman!
She's a standout character among all the original DC members.
I can't believe she's been around for 80 years. It's insane.
I think she inspires everyone who aspires to
When
be
they
like
say
a
the coming
strong,
soon
powerful
thing,
person.
it means like not
People gravitate
next.
towards her so much because she's
But it is very soon.
I think it's important to have strong female role models like Wonder Woman because women have gone through so much adversity.
It is our sacred
I didn't realize
duty to
J.J.
defend
Abrams
the
was
world,
this hated.
and it's what I'm going to do.
It's important for little girls to look up at the screen and see a hero there and say, I can be that, I can do that.
I am my own woman, and I decide who I want to be.
The inspiration that comes from seeing this super strong, super smart, elegant heroine that stands on her own.
It gives them someone to look up to, even if it's just in their imagination.
Wonder Woman is an amazing character. Anybody can look up to her, regardless of status.
Of course, Wonder Woman's really important to be a role model for women and young women, but also for younger men.
It gives you like a chance to believe that you can actually be Wonder Woman, that you can reach a capacity of your dreams, I suppose.
Yeah, soon.
I would say Wonder inspires us.
They also probably should have shown Supergirl. They should have done a lot more with the Flash movie. I'm a little disappointed with that.
And incredible things in the world. I love the hope behind the character.
It is important to have these strong female roles in society, to show the power of equality and to show that anything is possible.
I think it's wonderful. I think there should be 1 million female superheroes, and I'm glad there are so many now.
You know these women, your grandmother, your mother, your best friend, your aunt, your teacher, who are strong, capable, wonderful women.
Strong women are very much a part of the universe, so of course we want to see them reflected on the screen.
People like Wonder Woman show us that every woman is a queen. Every woman is a warrior. Every woman is a fighter.
Hey, listen, to me, he was put in such a hard
I
corner
like that rope. I don't understand it, but it's cool.
with what they did with The Last Jedi that,
To continue the celebration
I
of
don't-
Wonder,
I
we
love
have
The Rise of
one more
Skywalker,
fun
but
challenge.
hey.
Now, we all know that part of Wonder Woman's iconic
That's
lore,
just me.
especially from the TV series, is that she has the most awesome transformation of any superhero with her infamous spin. Celebrate Wonder Woman's 80th with us by doing the Spin Challenge on TikTok. Show us how you spin into action, and no matter what the day brings, you can spin into anything that makes you take on the day with confidence. Let me show you how
Like,
it's done.
even the director didn't say anything. All the other movies, the director said stuff.
I am feeling very confident in my Wonder Woman look.
Also,
And
you know,
breaking news from DC Publishing. As we are celebrating Wonder Woman and the 80th anniversary.
blame
of this
Ryan
iconic
Johnson
superhero,
for The Last
we are
Jedi
also
and
looking
J.J. Abrams
ahead
for
to
the
2022
Rise of
with Trial of the
Skywalker.
Amazons. This massive
You
crossover
can't
event
just
will
blame
affect
those
the
people.
future
There's
of the
about
Amazons.
there's so
Diana
many
has
more
ascended to a new
people
place of
involved
existence,
with that
fighting for justice on a
storytelling
cosmic
and
scale, which has
everything.
led to massive change
Like,
for
it's
the
not just
Amazons.
those two
Queen
people.
Hippolyta departs
I don't
from
know.
man's world, leaving Nubia to watch over Themyscira as new tribes of Amazons appear.
Someone signed off on that at
Dar4
Disney,
recently
Kathleen
introduced to
Kennedy.
Comics as Wonder Girl and Nubia find themselves at the heart of a power struggle in this historic story that fans won't want to miss.
Like, if anything, you blame the people in charge at Disney because
Come on, guys.
they
let's
told
all
this
put our hands together
incohesive
for Wonder
story.
Woman's 80-year legacy. And you better believe this really iconic
But then you
character
blame
is
Kathleen
not
Kennedy,
done
but yet
well
we
just
got
yet.
Rogue One
I'm
from
such
her
a big
and The
fan, I've
Mandalorian.
already ordered a celebratory cake for Wonder Woman's Day on October 21st. What can I say? I have a sweet
So-
treat. And you'll have one too, thanks to our next segment based on the critically acclaimed comic book series by Jeff Lemire.
Oh, is Robert Downey Jr. gonna talk?
Hello, fellow hybrids and humans. My name is Christian Convery, and I play Gus on Sweet Tooth.
I hope you are having the sweetest time tuning into this year's DC Fandome. I'm excited to be with you all today and answer some of your fan questions. So, let's get started. The amount of pieces of candy I think I ate, probably about like more than 500, but I'm definitely not complaining. That was amazing. I do have a
Kathleen Kennedy is in charge of everything for Star Wars. Anything that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are doing, it's all with Kathleen Kennedy's approval.
It's actually a whole rig that controls them. So it starts by me putting on a skull cap, which holds the wig and the antlers, but the ears are actually connected to that skull cap, and the ears have wires that run down my neck and onto a pouch.
I agree,
on the back
Diagold, but then the
onto me.
people in charge
And then
still let
there's a
him do that.
puppeteer, And me and him work together to remote control the ears and think of cool ideas that we could do during the scene to really make Gus come alive.
Are your
It's
ears
okay,
soft?
Matto. Just don't spam.
It's super cool. My favorite part about shooting in New Zealand was how the nature is so spectacular and extravagant that when it's put onto camera, you're like, is this fake? Because it looks so majestic and magical. That is what I love about New Zealand, the magical nature there.
This is DC, and you know who produced and directed it? I believe directed it is Robert Downey Jr.
I love basically.
Everyone's gonna be, oh, it's Robert Downey Jr. Now I care. Oh my
classics,
goodness.
like, for example, Superman and The Flash, but I gotta give it to Sweet Tooth because I am Gus, and Gus is in Sweet Tooth, and Sweet Tooth is the DC comic book, so it's pretty cool getting to bring a DC comic book to life and being one of the characters in it. I indeed read the comics before starting Sweet Tooth, and I loved Jeff Lemire's writing techniques.
Hey,
and
Baltrix.
how he really
How you doing?
brought it alive off the page. It's so amazing, the comic books, and it really helped me get a jump start with Gus.
This is a TV show.
It's in Colorado.
My mama. Well, I know that I'm itching to find out what
Again,
happens
it wasn't
next,
Jon
but
Favreau
really
then
hope
that
that
fired
movie
Gina
gets
Carrero.
made.
It's Disney and their
He's the world,
decisions.
right? Well, and of course all the other hybrids. But you'll just have to wait and watch season 2 to find out. I absolutely
there goes season
love
2.
how much you guys enjoy Sweet Tooth and cannot wait for you to see what we have in store next. Get ready for more banter, hybrids, and candy to last you a lifetime, or at least to cure your Sweet Tooth. See you soon for Sweet Tooth Season 2!
And now that we've satisfied your sweet tooth, there's a sweet deal waiting for you over in the DC shop. It's our final exclusive drop of the day. This is the one that you've been waiting for. That's right, it is time to scoop up some brand new
Here we go.
Batman merchandise, and it's happening now at shop.dccomics.com. Take a look.
Oh, that Batman the Animated Series one, though.
Get ready for the world premiere of the Batman trailer.
They're not going to talk about
All this
Fortnite?
talk about Batman, we must not forget that much of the Cape Crusader's strength comes from something other than his muscles or Bruce Wayne's billions. Alfred Pennyworth has always been a huge source of support as both Batman's butler and father figure. Pennyworth, the DC origin series,
No one,
answers
li-
just that,
literally no
as
one
it
cares about
follows
this.
a young Alfred Pennyworth who goes to work with billionaire Thomas Wayne in 1960s London.
Were people
Let's
even
take a closer look
billionaires
in this DC
in
spotlight.
1960?
Hello, DC Fandome. We've had so much fun making Pennyworth over the past 2 seasons, and we just wanted to thank you all so much for your support. On a personal note, it's been a dream for me to play this character, and I really will never forget it, so thank you so much.
Whoa, 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 whoa. It sounds like you're saying goodbye when actually we've got some really exciting news to share, haven't we? So
It's done well enough
That
to
is
get a
true.
season 3.
I will. As you can see, we're on set, and we are officially in production for season 3 of Pennyworth, which is now a Max original series on HBO Max.
Right, and you'll be able to catch up on the first 2 seasons of Pennyworth on HBO Max early 2022, and the all-new season 3 will premiere there later that same year.
We really can't thank you enough for your love and support, and it's because of you, the fans, that we are back, and we can't wait for you to see what we have in store.
Season 3 will dive in deeper on the lives of Alfred, Martha, Thomas, Bet Sykes, Lucius Fox, and all the other Pennyworth characters.
Oh, Lucius
as we
is
find
on the
out
show?
more about their involvement in the evolution of the Batman canon.
And there's a 5-year time jump.
Oh, all right, that's a bit of a spoiler.
Well, let's just say that there's lots of exciting things happening on Pennyworth Season 3, and we can't wait for you to see. It's going to be a fun and revealing ride ahead.
What is
Me
there
and
even to
everyone
do?
here at Pennyworth
Who
are so
are the
happy.
villains? What are the
And we'll see you very
stories?
soon on HBO Max.
All right, so Jim, fans have noticed that you've been posting some awesome artwork leading up to DC Fandome. And we, of course, have some very keen fans who are trying to piece it all together, see what it might all mean. So what can you tell us?
Yeah, look, we wanted to create something kind of fun for the fans to engage with. It's essentially a puzzle. I've drawn 12 images, each celebrating a specific DC moment. We're revealing the final 4 right now during Fandome.
Yeah, it's probably
So if you
Batman
take
next.
all
He said at the
16
end of the
and
show that
rearrange
he's going to
them
come. I'm surprised they
and
didn't
kinda
talk
squint,
about...
hopefully you will see what we have been building up to. And it is the iconic cover from Crisis on Infinite Earths, #1, drawn by one of my favorite cover artists, George Perez, 1985. And yeah, it's a fantastic piece of work, and that is what this mosaic approximates.
Is squinting an official instruction or rule to figuring out how this all comes together?
Absolutely, because look, I wanted to make it hard enough so that people didn't
I'm just
immediately
surprised that
recognize
they
what
didn't
the cover was.
talk about...
So I basically used elements and drew in characters that approximated those shapes. And at the end of the day, if you squint, it should work. But the dead giveaways are the panels that say Crisis on Infinite Earths, and we saved them for this moment so that we wouldn't spoil the surprise or the puzzle for the people that have been working on it.
Well, it sounds really cool, and I am so excited to take a look at this with all the fans watching right now, too. It sounds like it took a while to put this all together. How long have you been working on it?
Yeah, look, you know how slowly I draw. So it's been, we've been working on it for a couple months.
Also, I love that you're like, you know how long it takes me to do. If
What
I tried
is
to draw
Batman the
anything near
Imposter?
what you
Sure,
draw,
sure.
it would be like 3 years, and I'd
Right.
have like, there's one line.
Sure. No, absolutely.
Doesn't look like anything to me.
Well, look, it wasn't just a drawing. I also had to make sure that the drawing approximated this overall kind of iconic image.
Yeah, the Batcave
right?
is
so
awesome.
that was the challenge.
So now that we've got some more revealed, what does it all mean, Jim?
Yeah, so that is the $64,000 question, if I could date myself. But at the end of the day, it is the so that the fans really see.
That's awesome, but you do know that it's not just you and I here talking. There's like literally millions of people watching us right now.
Yeah, you know, we'll fix it in post, right? Is that what they do? Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we will.
No problem.
We'll fix it in post.
Bleep everything. Yes.
All right, so since Jim doesn't want to reveal all of the secrets right now, I think you gave the fans some great stuff, so they're gonna come up with their own theories, because I know that's what we all like to do.
Absolutely.
And speaking of fans, let's pivot to some other fans and amazing artists. So are you ready to reveal some of the winners of the art contest?
Yes. Look, the
Very
art
funny.
contest was one of the most popular items from
They have
Fandom last
Super
year.
Pet
We repeated
shirts
it,
up
working
now.
With Talent House.
They have
We got
Batwheel
a
shirts,
ton of
guys.
amazing submissions from artists
Black
and creators
Adam.
all around the world. It
Superman
is the
animated
hardest
stuff.
part of
They
my
didn't
job
even
trying to
talk about
pick a
that
winner.
at all today.
But we were able to settle on some pieces that were just stunning. So let's take a look at the winners.
That's pretty cool. That's on a shirt. Whoa. Oh.
Alright, I took a walk around the Hall of Heroes and found a secret passageway. And I'm literally in the Batcave, guys! Now, if you're a DC superfan, and I know you are, then the mere mention of the Batman gave you chills up and down your spine. And I know you can't tell, but right now I'm doing bat flips on the inside. Bat fans like myself have been waiting impatiently for this one. So without further delay, let's check in with Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson, and Zoe Kravitz for a look inside the production of this much-anticipated film.
The Batman shirt with the Fandome logo on the sleeve to celebrate this year. That and the Flash, I don't know yet. Oh, we're jumping right in. Please don't crash stream.
For some reason, Batman just always stood out. It's one of the major characters of the 20th
this is just a
century.
featurette,
So many
chat.
people connect to it on such a deep level and for so many different reasons. The first conversation I had with Matt about it, I just knew there was something radically different from anything we'd seen in Batman movies before.
I felt that we'd seen lots of origin stories. We'd seen things go further and further into fantasy. And I thought, well, one place we haven't been is grounding it the way that Year One does, to come right in to a young Batman, not be an origin tale, but refer to his origins and shake into his core.
Right from the beginning, there's a desperation to it. He's really working out this rage.
Hey.
All the fights seem very personal.
What's so wonderful about this world is the exploration of the gray area. Catwoman really wants to fight for those who don't have someone else to fight for them. And that's where Batman and her really connect.
They said a trailer's coming. This is a
He wants to
featurette.
inflict his kind
So
of justice. He's just compelled to do it. There is no other option.
Hey guys, so you just saw a little look of us behind the scenes, and it feels like that was forever ago, which is really strange.
It
And
honestly looks
actually,
like something we've never seen
as we're
before.
finishing the movie now, kind of really emotional for me to see you guys, especially after everything that's happened, and to see you now again. I feel like I've been watching your faces every day in editorial, but now to actually see you guys is really, really great. And I gotta say, it was an amazing time making the movie with you guys, and it's really cool to see you now.
Oh, and it's so exciting to see like these little snippets of the film, you know, after, for us, being able to step away for a while. I know you've been in it the whole time, but every time I see just a little bit, it's so exciting.
If you can see the progression, it kind of seems like it's getting more exciting and bigger and kind of scary. Yeah.
There was just something very special and magical about the way you guys played off of each other right from the beginning. And so I just knew right away, I was like going, wow, there's just a really neat, like I know you guys are friends. And so there was a great chemistry right from the beginning that I just felt like there was the connection, which you naturally had. And I feel like when we were filming, obviously that
There
came
was,
out more and more. I mean, do you guys remember when we were doing that?
There was this
that
giant
crazy,
white,
sort of, I guess, screen
like
test, I
almost
guess you would call it?
marshmallow
You know, when you
foot
guys got
in one of the
together?
trailer
definitely
in the
remember, because
the
that was
featurette
basically
there.
my audition, right? You know, Rob was already cast, and that was my audition, and I was really nervous.
It was in Wayne
and I
Manor or
remember
something.
You gave me like a. The hardest part of
put
the
a
audition,
helmet?
to be honest, was the helmet. They were like, here's this helmet, you know, and you have to like walk out, and then you take the helmet off, and you do the scene. But it's like sometimes really hard to look like cool when you're taking off. Like you get stuck, and I was like, this is how I lose the part. I lose the part because I can't take off a helmet.
And it was just the opposite. Do you remember your first day, Rob, when you were wearing one of the actual bat suits? When Rob and I first got together, like we'd had all those conversations, and then just by virtue of what it is, it's Batman, the studio's like, well, we always do like a screen test, which
Clayface.
is
I was
so, like,
thinking
you know,
Freeze,
same
but
thing
yeah,
you guys did. Rob
yeah.
did
It.
first
I don't
by
know.
himself and had literally was wearing, I believe, Val Kilmer's
yeah.
bat suit. Yeah. Which, by the way, like the moment you put it on, like that was kind of a crazy moment.
It was crazy, but I remember putting it on and thinking that this is impossible. This is going to be absolutely impossible. I remember you saying like, because I guess just trying to move. I mean, wearing a kind of 2-inch thick rubber suit or latex suit.
It's
and
weird that they
being
use Val Kilmer's.
Incredibly nervous and full of adrenaline the whole time. I remember we did like 2 takes, and then you were just saying, what can we do about this sweat? And I was like, nothing. There's nothing that can be done. I have to be drained of liquid.
The other thing that I remember too, which is cool because it informed the movie, is at the end of that costume test where you came and you
We
put on
already
the,
saw a
the eye
featurette.
makeup and
Show some
began the
patience, chat.
transformation. That moment for me, that was when I was like, oh my God, it is so you. Like, it was just such a cool, and I remember you saying afterwards to me, you were like, I don't know what I just did. I said, it was amazing, which it was. It was really, really cool. But I really did think, oh my God, this version of this character, this guy who's sort of almost like, if you think of Bruce Wayne as like a recluse rock star in a decaying manner, there's this part of me that so saw you as that, and I had no idea that you would be interested in playing the role at all. And I thought, what if Rob doesn't want to play Batman? This will be a disaster. And then it turned out that you completely on your own had a whole path to the same thing, which is that you had been obsessed with Batman for years, and when you found out that we were doing this version, you were very interested. So it was one of those things that for me felt really kind of lucky and fated, and then we met. I really felt that connection with you where I felt like, oh, we're going to be able to find something new with this guy and do something really special. But for me,
What
you were
incident
always
on
that
set?
version of what I saw in the page, and that was about trying to create a new version of Bruce.
He doesn't have as much control over his personality. Like the delineation between when he's Batman and when he's Bruce is not.
He does look
so
like Jim
clear.
Gordon.
And other kind of iterations of it, you know, he really knows what he's doing when he's putting on the cowl. And I kind of really like this idea. It's a little bit out of control. He hasn't completely defined what Batman is. I mean, it's kind of, he gets lost in it. Whenever he's putting it on every night, and it's kind of, you're basically, he's not sleeping, and he's, you know, becoming this quite sort of odd creature.
Really prod.
Just finding the right, literally how to move
I didn't know that.
as Batman, how to talk as Batman.
Is
I mean,
his
that was what was fun
one
for me,
strand
even
of
when you
hair
guys
there
first met
in the
up, I was
front?
like, oh, so this is the rhythm of what it'll be like when you
Is
guys
it dyed
talk
brown?
to each other. Like even something as simple as that, and like the way you came in with, like you had for me, so you had an attitude that was so Selena right from the way you came in.
I obviously, you know, understand the gravity of a character like this and what she means to so many people, but what felt really important was to really focus on
Don't say
the
that,
story
Link.
that
Lego
we're telling
monkey.
in this moment, you know, and you know, try and create a real human being. You know, I don't want her to be an idea. You know, I want her to be a real human being in a real situation, in a real city, trying to survive and reacting to her own pain, you know, and her history. So I really, really focused on
Why
this
not, Jamie?
particular
That's the best
story and
Riddler.
this particular moment in this woman's life.
I think it was about trying to find a way, again, as Zoe was saying, to ground her so that she felt like she had an emotional journey that made sense for who she was, that ended up being Selena Kyle, but was one that we hadn't seen before, and yet some ways it does connect to the comics. I mean, that's the thing which will be fun to share with an audience, is that there are a lot of iconic Selena Kyle aspects to the story, but I don't think any version of any of the Batman stories that have done any Selena stuff have done it in this way.
Because this is the foundation that we're setting right now, right? Like as we move forward and see her become Catwoman, you know, that heart and that humanity will always be there.
So we debuted our first trailer for our movie last year at DC Fandome.
And we want to say thank you for the great response.
It's only fitting that we share the second trailer with you all today.
Okay, enough from us. Here's what you've been waiting
At
so
least it
patiently
wasn't
for.
just
It's
Matt
the
Reeves
trailer
this time, because
for
last
the
time he talked and talked and talked and talked, and it was just him. At least here he had them to banter off of.
Police! Hands up!
Huh.
Stay still! Get out of here!
Fear is a tool. But when that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. It's a warning.
Ooh, electric glows.
I've been trying to reach you.
Fire the gun!
This is about a king, and Riddler's the match.
I can take care of myself.
If this continues, it won't be long before you've nothing left.
I don't care what happens to me. It's only gonna get worse for you.
Whoa, take it easy, sweetheart. Hear everything they say, ain't you?
Maybe we're not so different.
I don't think I
How are you
expected
under
that.
there?
I'm vengeance. What's black and blue and dead all over? You. Dick.
I got you! I got you!
Wow, looks great.
And that's the way to
It looks
drop
so
the
different
like
than
and
anything
end the
else.
show.
Like
Wow,
I don't know. It
amazing.
just
On
looks
behalf of
so
Warner Brothers
different than
and
every
DC,
single
thank
Batman
you
thing.
all for
It's
watching.
it's
This
great.
has been a super experience.
It's been epic, and all of us at DC Fandome want to thank you for your unwavering passion for the DC brand.
And of course, for your continued love and support.
Thank you for being the best fans in the world.
We hope you all felt the love today on a global scale. Goodbye from Australia.
It was an absolute pleasure bringing DC's multiverse into your world.
Be sure to check back in at dcfandome.com throughout the year for breaking news on your favorite shows, films,
can't go back.
comics, games, and all the creative geniuses behind them. Bye everyone, stay safe and stay super.
Bye. Penguin looks fun.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
DC Fandome.
Nothing compares to this.
Wow.
I just.
Truth is, generations of fans across the globe is who are here to celebrate today.
I just think they should have done a little more in terms of Flash and. Yeah.
Fandom tides are changing.
That we take on.
Especially because Flash is almost done. Like they just finished.
That's awesome.
They should have shown more than just that.
I will admit that looks
Minecraft Live wasn't better. It had 3 announcements, and yeah, that's it.
We're thanking all the fans.
Love you guys.
Minecraft
Thanks for
Live
watching.
has a
Thanks for
ton
Thanks for
of
watching.
filler
Thanks for
stuff.
watching. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Also, I
Thanks
think
for
they should have
Thanks
announced
for watching.
one more movie,
Mahalo for watching.
and not just Wonder Woman 3 in the way they did it.
Okay, we're done here.
And I wonder if they're gonna loop it like last time. But thank you guys for joining me. We'll do this on Disney Day, I think. No? Let's do it on Disney Day. I think that was fun. Static Shock was announced last year. They didn't announce it this year. They literally announced nothing new for Static Shock. It's been good, Pen. This is it, though. We're in the end game here. This is you're joining right at the end. Post-credit scene. Disney Day is November 12th. So yeah, thanks for joining. I need to decide something when it comes to DC tomorrow, so you'll see maybe a video on that. So anyways, everyone, hope you guys did enjoy the stream. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm glad it was a lot shorter. Last one went on for like at least, it was all day. Like, it was actually all day. We were there afternoon till it got dark, and there was so much filler. I left halfway through. I let the stream just keep going because it was so boring. There was just nothing happening. This was so much better than last year. And honestly, yeah, some things were boring, but it was just because it wasn't about us. But they still need to talk about it. So, as everyone, thank you guys for joining me. Hope you guys did enjoy this first part of the stream, the second part, and I will, hopefully the video can stay up, maybe, I don't know, it'll be unmonetized, but